you so much. Okay, so you all know it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We've come a long way since the days when women wouldn't even talk about it. Many believe that within 15 years, cancer really can be history. In the meantime, when it comes to fighting breast cancer, there are various methods: double mastectomies, lumpectomies, chemotherapy. If you're diagnosed, how do you know what to do? And could you be creating another health nightmare? We're talking about that and more in today's Medical Hot Topics. On our panel today, please welcome plastic surgeon Dr. Camille Cash, optometrist Dr. Julio Arroyo, Alzheimer's researcher Dr. Julie Kutak, and nurse practitioner Tanya Crabtree. Good morning. All right. Like most aggressive diseases, treatment has gone through kind of this, this wave. And at first we were blasting it with everything we had. And then we realized that, especially in things like cancers, that they're not all the same and they don't act all the same in every body, which could go back to the reason why the same treatment might not have to be for every body. All right, so let's start with the idea that we're doing some breast cancer over treatment for a lot of patients. And aggressive treatments are not always perhaps what someone might need.
Well, I think it's important for each patient to understand exactly what type of cancer they have. Not every cancer needs to be treated in the same way. And I think recently there was a mention of not treating a particular type of breast cancer. And it's important for women to understand that it's not necessarily an option for everybody.
Right, you gotta be careful with that.
You have to be very careful and understand what is gonna be best for your individual type of disease.
Yeah, but of course the other thing too is to do as little trauma to the rest of the body, as little collateral damage to the rest of the body. And so what they were saying is that sometimes some of the aggressive treatments, multiple follow-up surgeries, radiation might not improve survival, and unnecessary chemotherapy and side effects as well. So keeping all that in mind.
Definitely. Again, it's understanding your particular disease. What's been great with medical research is that over the years we have been able to scale back how much we're treating, from the days of the Halsted radical mastectomy, where we're removing every part of the woman's body and the breast and the chest wall muscle. So now we've kind of scaled back, and so understanding that there can be less aggressive options for certain individuals. It's not necessarily going to apply to all patients, but just certain patients that maybe have a little bit less aggressive disease or more of a localized type of cancer.
And the good thing is that you have choices now.
Definitely.
All right. Okay, this next thing is mini brains helping Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and autism and more. Scientists are growing equivalent of an embryonic human brain in the lab, and it's made from skin cells, but could help them test drugs and treatments to prevent, fight, or cure diseases. Pretty interesting stuff here, huh?
Yes, this is very interesting, and it's very new, so it's something that's still unfolding. But the idea is that they take skin cells through a series of genetic gymnastics, turn them into
genetic gymnastics.
pluripotent stem cells, and then they can turn those stem cells into any type of the body. So the idea that they can grow a really teeny tiny organoid even, not even a full-sized organ, is exciting because it can make complex disease models.
Yeah.
So mouse models have drawbacks. Using just cells have drawbacks. But if we can create a really complex model, then there's potential for real breakthroughs.
Yeah, and that whole idea of stem cell really, it touches every part of medicine. Stem cell in terms of even eye disease.
Correct. I think it's a brilliant idea itself. I mean, it's stem cells, obviously. The whole technology is unfolding in such a way that you can do so many more things you can do before. The question is how you really reliably correlate what you can do with this regeneration of specific tissues with the real human being. Because in the end, the tissue needs information. And that information, we always talk about, well, what are we? We are biochemistry and energy, and I think everybody agrees with that. But I think there's a missing link in there, which is information. I mean, how does the body know what it has to do at every specific time? So I think there's still a long, a very long road ahead.
Exactly walking through,
how this can be done.
Yeah.
I think it's a brilliant idea anyway.
Yeah. All right, in case you're wondering where he is from, East Texas. Actually, Spain originally.
Well, I ain't from here, but I got to Texas as fast as I could, right?
Yeah, right. All right. Selena Gomez just announced that she has a lupus diagnosis, and she underwent chemotherapy treatment. Again, this is one of those things where people have chosen to do different things. Steroids is oftentimes used, but she did this because it was, lupus is a chronic inflammatory disease, autoimmune disease, and she went through a low dose of chemotherapy, and she says now that she's in remission.
Well, I think it's important to understand the word chemotherapy oftentimes scares people.
Yes.
It's high-dose chemotherapy that's used for cancer treatment that has a lot of side effects. But different chemotherapy agents can also be used for autoimmune disorders and at a lower dose with lesser side effects. And sometimes the word chemotherapy is used for a broad variety of different medications. And so it is very sensationalized to have, oh, Selena Gomez has had chemotherapy, and you're thinking of hair falling out or, you know, low white counts and things of that nature. But really modest amounts of a therapeutic drug can be used for autoimmune disorders.
All right. Tanya, you are a nurse practitioner, and we're hearing more and more about nurse practitioners over the past several years, because oftentimes we think we go straight to the doctor, straight to the doctor. There's a lot that nurse practitioners can do that you don't have to go straight to the doctor. So explain what that area of medicine is.
Well, nurse practitioners training is to treat minor illnesses and injuries, where the physicians are more trained for the more critical and more complicated problems. So as nurse practitioners, we can treat like minor colds, like flu, and get people back ready to get back to work.
And it kind of like takes the load off and gets people in faster.
They can deal with the more chronic conditions.
Yeah, like I can tell you right now, watery eyes, sneezing, the allergies have kicked in, so you and I, after the show, let's get together, okay?
Great.
All right, thank you all very much. Hey, later in the show, we're talking about fitness with Body by Jake, as in Jake Steinfeld. It got us to thinking. Over the years, hundreds of diet plans and devices have come and gone. Jane Fonda put her workout routine on tape. The Thigh Master, I broke mine, by the way. I don't know what that says. Okay, the shake weight. Oh, I gotta find my shake weight. I will bring my shake weight out later. And of course, decades later, we realized that the original TV health guru, Jack LaLanne, was right. Calisthenics and a balanced diet did wonders for the human body. So today on Facebook, we want to know, what fitness trend have you tried, and did it actually work? We'll share some of your comments later in the show. Okay, fess up. Anybody try any of the fitness trends? I'm the only one who had a Thigh Master. Yeah, I'm sorry. All right. Shake weight. All right, the rubber bands.
I could probably use it.
I think I had an ab roller.
You had an ab roller. There you go. Okay.
Definitely.
All right. Okay. Well, there you go. Up next, it kills more people than breast cancer and prostate cancer combined. But this disease is blind to gender, and it can be slowed down, stopped, or prevented. It can't be. What we do know and where we are in terms of treating it is next.